Hey guys, Jacob Scott, Lowrance product expert. Today, we're going to take you through how to set up your data sources on your screen. So things like your depth and your water temp, things like that you want to see on your screen while you're out there. We're going to show you how to set those up, make sure they're on the screen and sourced to the right location. So after you watch this video, if you like it, make sure to give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our Lowrance YouTube channel. Okay guys, so you may be asking, why would I have multiple sources out here that I want to select my data from? Well, it's really quite simple. Like on the boat that I have set up here, on my left screen, I've got all of my cables coming into that unit because my tubes are over there and I've got a nice clean pool, so everything's tied up nicely. And then I have it Ethernetted to the rest of the boat so that I can go to any of my units and I can select the data source from my left console unit. That's what I use because everything's plugged in there. So if you've got like a medium transducer plugged into one unit and a high transducer plugged into another unit, so you can go back and forth. If you use that medium transducer or you use, say, something like an Airmar TM150, you like that medium chirp transducer for a specific type of fishing you do, you can have that connected to one unit. You can have a regular transducer connected to another unit, and then you can just swap your source back and forth between those units to get the picture you want on the screen. So as you can see on this screen, we don't have any depth or temp sources up on the screen. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to press our power button, and then we're going to select Edit Data Overlay. Then we want to add. So if we want to add speed, we would go to GPS and select Speed Over Ground, and as you can see, it shows up on the screen. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our depth, which it shows up as 19.5 feet. And we're also going to set up water temp. That shows up correctly on the screen. So if these came up and they were dashes or something like that, as far as that goes, we would select our depth. We selected our depth. Now we would hit the drop down arrow right here and we would go to data sources. So as you can see in here, it gives us several different choices. So since we're running the sonar source from the left console, I'm actually going to select the HDS Live 12 sonar on the left console. That way I know I'm getting my depth reading from the correct unit. And then we can do the same thing with our water temp. As you can see, I touched the box to highlight it. I'm going to select change, and then I'm going to select data sources over here. And as you can see, the correct source is selected. So if I had a different source in here that had dashes, when you see the little 3 dash lines, that means you don't have a valid data source. So you always want to look in here and find something that has a valid data source. As you can see, we have the HDS 12 Live selected, and it shows information down here in the bottom of the screen. So when you're seeing the information in the bottom of the screen, be it a valid depth, a valid temp, or something like that, that means you have your correct source selected. If you get a new unit and you're out on the water with it, or maybe you've got a unit that's kind of acting funny, and instead of getting an actual depth reading or a temperature reading, you're getting dashed lines there. This is really great if you have a single unit setup. You can use it with multi-unit setups. It works the same either way. So one of the easiest way to get your data sources set back to where they need to be is you can press the Pages button, and then we select Settings. And then we're going to go down to Network. Once we've hit Network, if we select Auto Configure, it's going to ask, is everything powered up? So, and it, resets your invalid data sources. So it says, are you sure you want to do this? And you hit yes. And now the unit's going to go look at your network and select all of your valid data sources for you. Okay guys, that's just kind of a brief overview of how you're going to set up your data sources for things like temp and depth and any other data that you want to overlay on the screen. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our Lowrance YouTube channel. We're going to be covering a different topic every week. If you subscribe to the channel, you're going to get the notices when they come out.